Hello! It has been about a good few months since I made a video. I have been busy, sleeping, procrastinating, and overdosing on prescription medicine. But I am back with a game I've been playing for a good few hours now. Did you know Europa, one of the moons of Jupiter, is made of silicate rocks and water ice crusts? Scientists has hypothesized with the apparent age and amount of water and oxygen it has, Europa could harbor extraterrestrial life. Hi, my name is Will, your employer at Europa Coalition, and welcome to your new job. Do you enjoy being in a 2.8 billion hunk of steel in the middle of blackness that is the sea? Do you have thalassophobia and enjoy having a bath time knowing that somewhere out there, something is gonna eat you? Do you enjoy being alone with sauce? Well, I might just have the game for you. Barotrauma. Barotrauma is a physical damage to body tissues caused by a difference in pressure between a gas space inside or contact with the body and the surrounding gas or liquid. Do you want to see what happens when there's a difference in gas pressure underwater? In scuba diving, your lungs are filled with gas at an ambient pressure greater than the atmospheric pressure. At 10 meters in depth, your lungs contain twice the amount of gas, and if you ascend without exhaling, the gas will expand and tear your lungs like a balloon popping. Yeah, not fun, isn't it? Do you want to see what else is interesting? Explosive decompression. Now back to it. What am I going to talk about again? Oh yeah, the actual game. Barotrauma, released in June of 2019 by Undertow Games, the same people who made SCP-Contained Breach, is, as the store page says, a co-op submarine simulator, where you and up to 8 other people with questionable morals and experiences are thrust into the Sea of Europa, one of Jupiter's moon. With your crew, you are tasked to uncover the many secrets Europa has to offer, a few of which might or might not kill you. But don't worry, champ, workplace safety regulations doesn't exist and what happens under here stays under. Before you get horribly mutilated and or turned into strands of fat by water pressure, you gotta pick your jobs. And here is a brief summary. The captain. As the commander of your vessel, your job is to wrangle all the tards, that is your dysfunctional crew. A few other obligations is to not let your mechanic / engineer touch the medicine cabinet because they will eventually hoard all the opioids for reasons such as cuts from pump blades or electrocuted, more like skill issue, am I right? Also, as a captain, you are obligated to actually driving the ship. I know, crazy, right? The assistant. Honestly, I don't know what being an assistant entails. Someone who picks assistant always hides in the corner doing something. I wonder what he's doing in that dark room. Hopefully nothing that will jeopardize our trip. Haha, that would be horrible, isn't it? Engineer. Basically the heart of the ship. Because engineers are the one who deal with the funky mess that is the nuclear generator. Yeah, nuclear. They are also responsible for maybe several major war crimes with his partner the mechanic. Possibly also denies that nuclear rods are deadly and says they are enough to sustain you because it has 20 million calories. The mechanic. Your main job is to repair electronics and devices like the pumps around the ship. Players who pick this job probably also like Ted Kaczynski and probably will make pipe bombs and decompress the whole ship, or they only have enough brain cells to stick their forks inside electrical boxes. The security guard. Your job entails a few stuff. The first one is to help the captain wrangle the other crew members to keep them doing their job, manning the guns to keep the things away, and vanguard in case of a breach. These types of players also probably has low self-esteem and are egotistical megalomaniacs that will beat you over nothing. The medic. Either caring individuals who keep the crew healthy or 18th century plague doctors who will concoct the potion that either outright kills you or gives you projectile vomit. Since they have access to the syringe gun, they will shoot you with every single chemicals that can get their hands on. Medics also have access to the gene splicing skill that lets them fuse your genes to the creatures of Europa to grant them benefits, but one wrong move could spell your death. Now that you know what to pick, let's dive into the depths of Europa. But what exactly do we do here? The year is 2100, 50 years or so after the initial colonization of Europa, and the colonies, one by one, have been mysteriously disconnected from every communication line to Earth. Abandoned, Europans have to fend for themselves and dive deeper into the darkness that is Europa's waters. There are currently 5 biomes in the game: cold caverns and the European Ridge, which are relatively safe, the Apothic Plateau, in which you can encounter your first ruin, the Great Sea, which has no floor, so make sure you have a good enough sub, and lastly, the Hydrothermal Waste, which houses a lot of abyssal creatures. Once you spawn in, you are given a few tasks. There's quite a few of them. These serve as your main money-making activities. But there's also beacon activations. If there's a deactivated beacon between 2 outposts, these are easy enough to do, and they give 2000 marks each time. What you should be looking out for is salvaging artifacts from alien ruins and hunting grounds. Alien ruins are some of the most dangerous places to be in, and they contain fractal guardians, which are nigh unkillable entity that roams the ruins. It is paramount you kill the guardians and disable their healing stations to ensure the safety of traversing the ruins. Hunting grounds, on the other hand, are optional missions that pit you and your crew against one of the abyssal creatures, which are bosses of the game. These fights require a lot of preparation, and since 5 forces you to be in an abyssal hole, a sub with a sufficient depth limit of about 6000 meters or about as high as a tier 3 submarine is needed. So now that you know the basics, prepare your pants and keep your diving suits by your side. You might just survive. Good luck out there, you'll need it.